How do you go from an RSS feed to Canva to generate unique social media content based on the platform all through make.com? Sound impossible? Well, I thought so too when Sam asked me this amazing question, but I've got a workaround for that. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, grab a cup of coffee or your drink of choice and meet me at the computer. So here we are at the computer and we're just in Canva. Now in Canva, you can just create like an Instagram square post. That's what we're going to do. So we want to create our template. So in the design, you've got templates here. Just scroll at the top here for quotes. I did pass it here. Quote. And there's loads of different templates. There's some free, some paid, whatever. Now I've already gone ahead and created a template. So this is what it looks like. I've got author, quote. So this is kind of what I'd like for it to look like. I'm just going to remove this. And I've just got this background. So what I'm going to do is we're going to save this. Now we are just going to save this, download it as a PNG, as you usually do, right? And then we're going to go into Google Slides. So this is really the hack for this. So I'm going to rename this presentation to be like dog quotes. There we go. And what we've got here on the side, I can just remove. We don't really need that. I'm going to remove all of this. And we're going to just change the sizing. So that to do that, we're going to go into File and just kind of go down to Page Setup, third from the bottom, right? And then click Custom right there. And we're going to change this to 1080 by 1080 pixels, which is the dimensions for the square Instagram. 1080 by 1080p. And then we'll have what we will need. So there you go. See, it's in the square. So what you can do is you can either right click on this or click Insert Image, Upload from Computer, and we're going to just take the download that we just did in Canva, and we're going to add that. So here it is. Now, if you just upload it like this, as opposed to right-clicking on the slide to add it as a background, then you're going to have to adjust the edges because it doesn't quite fit all the way. It probably would be easier just to right-click and change the background and use this as the background in retrospect. But now what we're going to do is just insert some text boxes, much like what we had in Canva. So here we go. We got this. Now here's the trick. We put in double curly brackets and then whatever we want to put in here. So quote or test or whatever. Double curly brackets again. And we're going to repeat this for the author name. And you can add in date or you can add in whatever you would like, right? So the double curly brackets, what this does, we covered this in a previous video right here. This is a universal placeholder kind of tag, as it were. So this is a way to do, if you recall, mail merges, and I may be dating myself with that. Anyway, so with this author, what I want to do, this is just a personal thing. I want to have it right aligned so that it's always in the bottom right-hand corner. But you can change the font, you can change the positioning, you can change the color. You can do all of that just as you would with any other doc, right? So changing the color, etc. So once you have this to your liking, that's when we're going to be able to do everything. But the key here is to right-click on the slide and click Skip Slide. That's going to be vital as we go in to create our workflow. So the first module is going to be our RSS feed. The URL, if you want to pop in there, it's got to be an RSS URL. I've got one for a Dogington Post, which is a kind of, it's just a dog specific one. For the date from, you can leave it blank. I'm going to just kind of say I really only want anything from 2024 onwards. And now the max number of return items just for the test, I'm going to say 1. You can change that or leave it blank. Next, we're going to go into ChatGPT because it's going to be based on this. We're going to go in, you make sure that you have your connection. We're going to create the quote. So it's just this, create a completion. The model, you can choose whichever model you want. I'm going to use the latest. Why not? Why not? Add a message. So the role is going to be user. And the text content, so this is really the prompt. So you are an expert in creating heartfelt and inspiring quotes, especially for dog lovers and pet owners, based on this article titled, and then you take the title from the RSS feed, right? And its description, and then you take the description, these are all tags, again from the RSS feed, there. Generate a warm and engaging 1 to 2 sentence quote, that didn't actually delete. So this is it. I mean, you can use whatever kind of prompt that you want, but this is, and even ask ChatGPT to write one for you. We're not going to do an image for this. We don't need to. But this is pretty much it. The other thing you can do is that this I'm doing for Instagram. You can do different ones depending on, like, just create multiple ones for the various different social medias. I'm going to use 750 tokens. It's going to be plenty. And then next, what we want to do is we want to do our captions for Instagram. So same sort of thing, but we're just going to have a separate ChatGPT completion. Now, here in another video, we went through how to add ChatGPT, so you can check that out. Again, role as user, text content. Here is a prompt that you can put in just for social media, right? So this is you are a social media expert with expertise in generating content or generating viral captions for social media. Now, you could be really specific here, and you could actually put a router so that you've got one arm going for Instagram, one arm going for X. So this, please generate an Instagram caption. So if you put a router in here, then you could do this for X, you can do this for Facebook, you could do this for LinkedIn, whatever works. There we go, viral. I shouldn't talk and try to think and type at the same time. So this is going to be based on all of this. The caption is going to be based on the results from the previous ChatGPT module. I'm going to change these tokens down to 500 because we don't need much for the captions. And there we go. Now, what I would do here is rename these, right? So, and I go to focus. So just right click on the module, click rename so that you can kind of keep it organized. This would be super helpful if you're doing this for multiple different social media posts, right? So this is going to be an IG quote, okay? And then this one is going to be rename. This is going to be the IG captions, Instagram captions. So again, immediately following the RSS feed, you can put in a router so that this goes to different social medias. So next, what we're going to do, so the Google slide, we're going to create a slide from a template. So we're going to do that. The presentation ID is just going to be the dog quotes. That's what I have. The template slide ID, it's the only selection you have. And so here, now I did have quotes and author, or before I changed it to test and author, because it didn't quite work the first time I ran this. The key is they have to be no capital letters. That's all it is. So make sure that they're not capitalized. So that the text is going to come from the first ChatGPT and the author comes from the RSS feed. You can get the date from the RSS feed, whatever works for you, whatever other information. And next, now that we've generated this slide, we are going to get a page thumbnail. I know it doesn't really sound very intuitive, but the presentation ID is going to come from the previous Google Slides module, and the page object ID, again, previous, but we want to show page thumbnail. That's going to be the most important part. Click OK. So now we're going to add in our next module, which will be Instagram. So our Instagram for business. And I'm going to show more here. So it's just create a photo post. Pretty simple. And the photo post is going to be the photo URL. So remember, we need to have a URL, and that's going to come from the last Google Slides. So URL. If it's for something else, you would only need the actual file, but Here we go. And the caption is going to come from our second ChatGPT module or OpenAI module. So it'll be the results from the IG caption. So we click OK. And then what we need to do, this is really important, we need to actually delete the slide that we created from the template. So we have a Google slide, and it's going to be add, delete a slide. That's what we do here. Because we only want to have that initial template. We click delete slide. The slide ID is going to come from the first Google Slide module, which will be the presentation ID, and then the slide object ID. Again, it says page object ID. So that's fairly straightforward. So we just need to make sure that's really important that we delete it. And then we click OK. Now I'm going to just kind of realign this. So I'll zoom out a little bit here just so that we can see it better. And let's just change this title, our RSS to IG. I want to say RRS all the time. There we go. And then we're going to pop a quick save. And then what we can do is run once. Let's see what happens. I'm just throwing caution to the wind. So it goes through each one of these pretty quickly. Now, as it's running through Instagram, let's go over to my Podorable Finds Instagram account. I'm going to pop a quick refresh. And what do we have? Oh, it's there already. It's actually pretty surprising. So let's take a look at it. 12 seconds ago. Our pets trust us with their hearts. Let's honor that love by protect. This is beautiful. And we can see it's by Dogton Post. And then we've got a wonderful caption here with that. And it's, again, it was just posted 12 seconds ago. I'm going to pop a like. Why not? I like my own things. There. Now, if we go back to the make.com scenario here, see, we can see that what you could do is you could create a router so that all of these things go to different social media posts. And there you have it. So there you have it. Although you can't go from make.com into Canva to create a new design based on a template or otherwise, there are workarounds for this. And you can scale this and customize it to your needs. If you found this video helpful or you like content like this, please do hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel out a lot. And also hit the bell icon so you don't miss a future video. If you have other automation ideas or things that you're really stuck on and you'd like for me to give it a try, please leave a comment below. Let's build something cool together. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for watching and happy automating.